All right, guys, we are cooking up a little dinner here. We are doing some roasted potatoes and carrots. We just have them roasting in some tallow we made from one of the hogs we got last year. Right now they just have a little salt, pepper, and the tallow on them. Once they cook down a little bit more and they're almost soft, we'll go ahead and add the butter, garlic, and then we have all these beautiful fresh herbs that we picked out of our garden. We'll go ahead and add some of these in as well. These are just about cooked all the way through, so we're gonna go ahead and add a pat of butter, our smashed garlic cloves, and then let's see, we've got some, I think, oregano here. I'm not chopping it up, I'm just kind of pulling it apart and sprinkling it on here. I know I took some rosemary in here. Let's see, I don't know if I just... Some rosemary. Got a little sage, and I'm gonna chop the sage up a little bit just because their leaves are so big. A little basil. And a little parsley. Let that just saute the garlic up a little bit, get those herbs cooking a little bit, releasing their fragrance and flavor. Backstrap here, we're just gonna salt and pepper this. And we've got a second cast iron pan here, just heating up with some more tallow. We're gonna sear both sides, throw some butter and herbs in there, butter baste it, and have ourselves a good old dinner. Just got salt and pepper on one side here. And we've got the meter probe in there. Go ahead and let that sear. We'll salt and pepper this side. All right, we are chopping this kale from the garden. We'll massage it with just a little olive oil, some lemon juice, and then I'll probably put some Parmesan and feta cheese on it. Taking these tough stems off. Turn this down to low. We're going to go ahead and add a little bit of butter to our pan, as well as some of these fresh herbs. I'm going to go in with a little bit of this rosemary, not too much, the sage, and I'm just going to break that up. A little bit of the thyme and the oregano. And I know I've got some tarragon in here somewhere. It started to go to flour, but we'll add some of these delicious leaves in here as well. Got all of those herbs in this rich butter. And we're just gonna spoon it over the steak. This helps create a nice crust and also infuse a ton of flavor into the steak without necessarily burning those herbs. All right, we're gonna go ahead and just coat this kale with a little olive oil and then give it a nice massage to help kind of break it up and get it nice and tender. Whoop! Dogs are having a little salad with dinner too, apparently. We had a little bit of broccolini we picked from the garden the other day. We're gonna go ahead and add that into our salad. Just the tops here. I'll give the bases to the dogs. They love broccoli.
Whoa. I like bases too.
All right, we're gonna add a splash of some rye whiskey. Strong man. All right, and if I had beef base, we'd use beef base. We've got chicken base, so we're gonna use chicken base. Gonna take a little of that. I've got some peppercorn here that we've just kind of ground up in this little mortar and pestle we have. We want those to be nice and chunky. A little water. All right, we're gonna let this kind of simmer and reduce by about 2/3 is gonna be the goal.
Action.
All right, we got our steak off. All right, we're just slicing this steak up here. A little bit, nice on the medium side. We're big medium rare steak people, but they frown upon that when you're pregnant. So we are doing a nice medium. There's a hole through it. You think you shot this? All right, this is reduced almost all the way down. I'm gonna turn the heat down. If I had heavy cream, I would use that. I don't, so we're gonna use a little sour cream and a splash of milk. We'll give this a good whisk. And we're gonna have ourselves a nice little creamy peppercorn cognac sauce almost. Alrighty, it is a little windy out here, so please ignore the flapping furniture covers. We ended up with roasted potatoes and carrots with some nice herb butter. We have got a kale and broccolini salad topped with some feta cheese, some slivered almonds, and the dressing is just an olive oil, a little citrus vinegar, and a lemon juice. Then we ended up with our venison backstrap with a little peppercorn whiskey sauce, bourbon sauce on it. I've got a nice poppy. Stu's got a beautiful glass of Dublin wine.
With some berries from the garden.
Tell us what you think.